Right, we'll go for it.
Welcome to podcast number 4, Friday Night Club.
Yeah. How's everyone feeling after Christmas?
Pretty good, you know. How are you feeling?
Slightly hanging. I'm not going to lie to you. I've had a little sleep before I come around here. Yeah, just
I'm
in
not
bed.
quite. I think it's just. I think. Now, when we've done the podcast before, we've always come into it after a week at work, so we've always been quite with it, a bit alive, and everything else. I've had a week off.
Yeah.
I've done nothing. I mean, literally nothing. I haven't got. I've watched. I sat back actually today. I started thinking. What have I done over Christmas? I watched Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2, Lethal Weapon.
Good Christmas.
And I'm going through all of the old, what I still think a bit Christmas movies, although people
Die Hard. Nothing says Christmas like Die Hard.
Everyone goes, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. Oh no, damn it is a Christmas movie. It's all about Christmas. It's just I don't know, it's just what I remember.
Nice.
So I've been watching all those sort of films. So I've been sort of going back over time a little bit and just watching a few oldies while I'm enjoying my week off.
Oldies but goldies. Oldies but goldies.
You
They
know.
are. There's some great old movies out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
That you can watch loads on Netflix.
Oh,
Right,
honestly,
what's your favourite
selection.
movie then? So if you sit down, say something like Christmas, because everybody has a Christmas film, right? There's a Christmas movie. Baz, so we got Baz bit on the camera this week. So
Shout
Baz,
out
what's
to
your
Baz.
favourite Christmas movie?
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
That's
Oh,
for
I haven't
anyone
watched
that
Home Alone.
needs to have it sort of put into
Merry
English
Christmas,
from
you
Welsh,
filthy animals,
he said,
isn't it? Or
he said
whatever
Home Alone. Sorry, Baz. So Baz is Home Alone. Brad, what's your favourite then?
Oh, Christmas movie. Are we saying Christmas movie or any movie?
Christmas movie.
Christmas movie.
It's about Christmas,
Alright,
so it's Christmas movie.
All the time is ticking.
Oh man, do you know what? I actually don't
Didn't
like
realise
Christmas movies.
I didn't realise we actually asked that harder question.
No,
Yeah,
but
no, I was just sat there
well,
thinking.
while you're
sorry.
pondering, I like The Nightmare Before Christmas because that is really
Oh, no,
terrifying.
that's
terrifying. I thought it'd be a great idea to show Ariella it. And obviously, she's 3.5, and that's one twisted up film.
I haven't
so,
watched it. I haven't seen that one, so I can't say. I think to me,
Christmas
I think
movie
there's
now. I
so
can't
many.
come up
As like
with
you say, you get Die Hard, Lethal Weapon. Probably the first one was a little bit around Christmas time, and there was all that sort of stuff, and it was all that sort of thing. But Home Alone, great movie. Elf, good
Elf,
movie.
great film.
That's a
Love
good movie.
Actually.
Love
I think
that.
Love Actually is quite a good Christmas film.
The Holiday.
The Holiday. I love
Holiday's
that
a great
film.
movie.
Not
Actually.
gonna lie, that's
The
good-looking
one
people
film
together.
where
Yeah.
you would have definitely done Cameron Diaz. Man, Kate Winslet, to be fair, and Jack Black.
I mean, Cameron Diaz is just an overall massive favourite of mine. She is out and out right. Yeah, that is. Yeah, she's a
definitely
very,
done the
very,
milk section, hasn't she?
very intense woman. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if like what would happen if that was like set a scene. Can you imagine that? Like, oh, you got to play a bedroom scene with Cameron Diaz. I'd be like, oh, don't get hard on.
Imagine your wife.
Oh, you would
Yeah,
get hard
Jen,
on that.
Jen
Jen
watch
would
it.
not.
Jen's like,
Oh my
don't
God.
you get fucking hard on.
Yeah, but Jen, this is all that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
This is my dream.
Jen's like, is that pre-cum I can see through your pants? Just dribbling slightly.
You step up, you got a wet patch over your boxes.
So, boys, I've got to commend everybody on the fresh cut.
Yeah, we've all got fresh
Thank
shirts
you.
this time.
James, you
Shout
got a
out
fresh cut.
Francois.
Yeah. Other than
I've had a fresh gun.
Jen keeps telling me I've got to have a hair transplant, right? So
Yeah, you're
this is
missing your front section.
right. Yeah. So this happened the other day. Jen said to me, she went, "Oh, Billy from Only Way Is Essex, her fella has had a hair transplant," and I was thinking, where are you going with this? And she said, well, you got a big head, she said, and you don't look like you'd suit being bald.
I'm glad she's not talking to me then.
I was like,
Yeah.
are you for real? Like, you're not a 10, right? You're not a 10, right? I'm not a 10, right? But my hairline coincides with us as a relationship. So I'm flicking through Instagram. This massive geezer, he's huge. Like, he sat behind his table. He's like, I had a hair transplant in Turkey. I thought, oh, I'll watch this, find out a little bit about it. So he's really big. He looks like he's on a lot of steroids. He's massive. And he goes, and it really bloody hurt. They start off by putting these 2 massive needles in your head, which is really uncomfortable. He said, and then they put sertraline water or something in your head, and it makes it feel like you're having a heart attack. By this point, I'm watching it. I'm sweating.
Wow.
Right? I'm thinking, this ain't good. 4,500 screws they take. Oh, they drill into your head to take the hair follicles out. Then they screw another 4,500 into the. I said to Jen, fuck that. I'm not having that.
Nah, fuck
I'd
that.
rather get both.
Yeah, no, I
Is
bet
that
you-
why
I'd
they have all
embrace
that like
gear
weird
mold, actually,
like
to be fair.
transport
Yeah.
lines?
Yeah,
Oh, right,
I'd rather just a bit of old carpet glued on my head if I was going to find the
Yeah,
option.
now.
Yeah, 100%. I'll just ask Francois to like just
Francois,
take it
I
off
need a
and glue
comb-
it on.
I need a
Might,
comb
mate.
over, but I needed to go down onto my fringe. at the front.
Yeah, so it's a big. Can you imagine the pressure of a man, right? Can you like now? Obviously, when you were growing up, all you had to do was do your hair, put on some aftershave, go out with a nice shirt on. Now, us new age men, right? Obviously, I'm nearly 40, so I'm hardly new. But us new age men, we've got to have like hairline put back in again. We've got to wear like guy liner and stuff. Like
Guy liner.
Can you imagine what it's going to be for like when Brad has a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, my generation's going to really be judged, aren't they?
So
Oh my God.
much.
Too
All this
much.
fake lips shit. Imagine
Yeah.
all that coming
Oh,
around
yeah,
in
I don't
40.
like that.
I reckon
They
that's
won't
got
even know what gender they are.
Oh, yeah,
They'll
fake
just-
tits. More plastic than them in them than the oceans. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, all that Botox.
Oh, I couldn't handle that. How? What?
So me and Jen
Why?
had this
What's wrong
conversation.
with a natural woman? Right?
Yeah,
And I
why?
always believe it's like everything. You like we're not born to be meddled with. Some of us just get ugly as we get older.
Yeah.
Jay, and
Oh,
Yeah, and me.
you know, and some of us just get.
I'm getting my
finer
head-
and
Fine
better.
with it.
My head
like
keeps
fine
growing.
wine. Me and Baz are like fine wine.
Yeah.
We've been sort of matured for years, and now we're coming to that fine.
What, like a piece of cheese?
We start dabbling with ourselves. We look like fucking dickheads. It looks stupid. Oh, I done my hair. I could go black, and then I could have a few little Botox injections. All of a sudden, my face looks all stretched out, and I'm like, wow, you're 52, dude.
Steve,
you don't look
all your
your age
wrinkles.
Yeah,
now.
you look
You
15.
come in the next podcast, you got all your wrinkles are all
Oh,
sorted.
Yeah,
I
please.
got
You're
black
like,
hair.
you just got your big
I mean,
gleaming
if I had black hair,
smile, fake
everybody would laugh
teeth.
at me.
Could you imagine if we got a sponsor of Botox? If any sponsor would like to sponsor Steve some Botox,
Yeah.
I will happily drive him.
No,
there.
I am not doing
Yeah,
that.
well,
Do you know what?
I'll
This
come as well.
this was again true. Again, out with Jen today, and we come to the traffic lights, and a girl in a white car drove past. And the only thing I can tell you about this white car that drove past was there was a set of lips in there and blonde hair, right? So I've gone to Jen, bloody hell, did you see them lips? And she went, yeah, exactly. Massive, big, massive lips. So when a guy puts on a bit of weight, Christmas has come, we all put a bit of weight on. Guys, we go to the gym, we cut our food.
I've eaten
100%.
quality street.
Yeah, but
Story.
what seems to happen is women go, I put on a bit of weight. I'm not maybe looking my best. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my lips fucking done. Right? What the fuck? That's the easy way out. This is such a cop out, isn't it? I know. I've got to make my lips bigger. That's got to bring it all in a bit.
sort
It is so not the way forward. And all they look like is just sex dolls.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely. mate.
That's what they look
Yeah,
like.
It's just
They
an
have-
advertisement
actually
for
a good
men.
thing, yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like.
Yeah, but I'm
Nah,
I'm a
it's all
guy,
about
right?
that.
And I wouldn't say that I find that attractive because I like.
I do.
I like the natural.
Do you?
Yeah, the blowjobs. Can you imagine how sloppy they are with their massive lips? Are you telling me that doesn't creep into your mind? I have to I'll be out with Jen. I have to hold myself back. I'm like, Jen, have you not seen her
got her
lips?
She's got double D lips.
And it's mad. They make these lips really big, but they want them lips really, really small. So it's a whole massive dilemma. That's why I think, do you know what? Being a new age man, trying to have hairlines put in, has got to be easier than being a woman. So shout out to every woman listening, because you got the hardest job. Not only being a mum, being a woman.
Oh my God, yeah, definitely, 100%.
Imagine that.
Well, I watch it
lucky.
again. Like we had a party on Boxing Day, didn't we? So go up, got up. What was it? When? What the fuck? So Monday was Christmas. Boxing Day was Tuesday. So we got up Wednesday. Wednesday morning, Gail got up. She's been drinking obviously the night before. Came downstairs by 9:30. Everything's cleared up, apart from the table, all the food.
Nice and organised.
And you're
Yeah.
like, wow, she's done everything. This is all back to normal. It's all cleaned. Everything else out. And I'm thinking, only a woman could do that. A
Yeah.
guy would not get up in the morning. He'd be thinking, right, first of all, I'll have a cup of tea and then you'd sit in the mess, wouldn't you?
Sit out back.
Yeah. I'd sit in
We're
here
so-
looking.
we're so
I'd
different
probably
to
have to
women.
sit in here looking at it for half an hour to psych myself up to it.
Contemplate
Yeah,
life,
I'm like
make
looking at it
decisions.
going, I don't feel good. I wish I didn't drink so much last night. He'd be sitting there in the morning going, for fuck's sake, now I've got to clean this up. I can't believe no one ever comes around and helps.
No, it's
I've noticed that.
disgusting.
No one ever
No
comes
one,
around and
Brad.
helps.
No, I had a hangover on three
To
and a
be
half
fair,
pints.
I don't ever think about when I've got
No.
someone else's
I
house.
was going to
so
say,
why
it's
would
just
they
a thing
think
of
about it
hosting.
coming
though.
here?
Yeah.
It is the thing of hosting. And
Yeah.
you do, funny enough, have to clear up after
Yeah,
it. And that's,
it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah,
can't try and keep on top of it during the night, I've realised that.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
one
there's a
thing. So if you
maintenance
just
or
like
whatever.
there's a few glasses, just wash them up and just clean them up, put them back on the shelf. A lot of it can be done as you go along. So I've realised there's a little bit of
We did nearly have
lacking.
There's an art.
we did nearly have a really bad accident, didn't
Oh,
we?
yeah,
The
we
F1
did.
car,
Fuck's
the
sake,
F1
yeah.
car
Almost got
nearly got
killed.
That scared
broken.
me.
Almost
That
got
did
killed.
scare me, I must admit.
That was my daughter was being swung round by what was
Polly.
that? By by Polly, and she was swinging
Shout out,
around. And bless her, she'd had a couple to drink, and she stumbled back, dropped Ariella, and fell on the car.
Almost killed it.
Yeah, almost broke it. Can you
would have
imagine?
been- yeah, that would have been a
was-
pretty sad night.
Yeah, imagine
would,
that if
yeah.
that
It wouldn't have
died.
ended very well after. I don't think my temperature level would have stayed quite the same as it
Oh,
was.
R.I.P. this limited edition car. But what you have learned is you just put it out of the way for future parties.
That's
Yeah.
what I've realised.
Yeah,
but I
it's going to
didn't
be in
think-
another room now.
I didn't really give
That's
it too
something
much
as
thought.
well.
I didn't really think about how many people were here, what we were doing. And to be fair, once we moved to the couches, I thought we had pretty much enough room in here, but quite clearly, obviously not. So
We should have done a podcast while everyone was here.
I know, it would have been quite entertaining with people drinking in
Yeah,
the
just-
background.
Just coming
we
in.
wouldn't have got
Maybe
one
that'd be an
edgeways.
idea.
It would have been funky, yabby. All the women would have kicked off, and that would have been that, wouldn't it? So we'd been there grabbing your microphones and all that stuff. It'd have been a bloody
shit.
nightmare.
Happy New Year's, everyone. This
Oh,
is
well,
coming
yeah,
out on
Happy
New Year's.
Yeah, well, because this comes out on New Year's Eve, so it will be the start
Yeah,
next
well,
year.
pretty
but
much.
maybe-
Coming up
Why
next
don't
year.
what Brad? Why don't you time it down? Right, listen.
Ooh.
Just listen to this. Watch this.
Go on.
In New Year, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! No one's seen it not happen yet, Brad. It's still going strong.
Change
Just
it.
make sure you launch it like that. So is it only going to come out in the morning, or is it coming out in the afternoon? Or is it-
Afternoon.
It's coming out in the afternoon. Okay, so people will be
8
getting
PM.
ready for their New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
What's
So
happening
this
in
is
New
the
Year's?
start. So technically, right, so this is the start of the new year. So this is the podcast for 24, right?
Yep.
So this is the last one of 23, first one of 24, technically.
Yeah, it's the first one.
So what do we want for next year then?
Oh, that's a great question.
What do we
all
want? For
Money,
next
money,
year?
money,
So-
money.
I was
Yeah,
thinking,
bag of
I was
cash.
thinking Cameron Diaz from holiday. Though.
Yeah.
Diaz.
Do you imagine the flight costs on that if she only flies
the
private?
maintenance?
Well,
Imagine the maintenance.
I think if I got with Cameron Diaz, she'd say, "Don't worry, Jay. You haven't got to go to work, right?
Yeah.
You just stay at home with your hairline, right? I'm happy with that. Right? I'm happy with that.
You'll be the house bitch.
Yeah,
I'll be your house bitch.
I'm
I'll be
really
there
good at
when you need
hoovering.
me.
Really good at
I'll be your
hoovering.
slave. You can leave me chained up to the bed.
But back to that question, I think that's a great question.
Yeah, so what
and
do we want
for
so
this,
what do we want from this
Should
year?
we go through
We-
all of us saying that? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
I
a good
think
question to share.
just one.
Go on, Jay.
you
go
want,
first.
you want me to go first?
Yeah.
So I am, as a micro business owner, I'm always concerned about growth. So 2024, I would love to be able to think I could get another van on the road, a new member of staff, and to be able to take the business to the sort of next level. We've got some nice little contracts in place, ready for the new year. We've got a lot of other companies that are coming in that are going to be like using our services for like relocations and office clearances and providing office furniture. But I would love to be able to get the business to that next level, and just to get another team like under the belt with me, I think would be a big thing
Yeah,
for
nice.
us.
Yeah, definitely. Expanding your operation,
Yeah.
having more staff on's definitely something.
Just
for
more
us.
problems.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. What about you? What about you, Brad?
It's interesting. I think like this year coming up, the new year, it's like what I kind of want to achieve is, I feel like for our sake, I want us to be able to have a say in our industry and actually make like our input as iconic projects, and kind of being people who are trying to teach people more about this art of building, because it isn't respected. It has such a terrible image, and it's like it'd be nice in 2024 to put a bit of light into an industry that's so negatively looked at
Got you.
and
see.
portrayed.
Yeah.
And it's like that something I would love to say I could do, but realistically, that's one hell of a challenge to
That's a
set
big challenge.
and take a responsibility for. But someone has to do it. Someone eventually has to come up and say, being a builder working in this industry, can see the problem in the UK.
it could
in the
be
fact
you.
that it's this world needs better maintenance. Like, you look around, you drive through our roads got potholes everywhere. They're fucking dirty. They're just unmaintained grass areas. You just look at walls filthy, and it's just like, we just aren't doing a good job of
Do you know,
looking after this country. We
in
could
Florida,
do so much better.
They actually have, I'm sure it's Florida. You have to actually have your driveway maintained. So there's actually companies that go out and pressure wash
it's
it.
a great idea.
It's all the Mexicans there.
They have to,
And we saw it when we went to Florida, and it's like they're Mexican gardeners. And I don't know, it's just Mexicans, but it does seem to be a lot of Mexican gardeners. I think that's kind of what the Mexicans do in America. Not all of them, obviously, but, it seems to be that way. But I just don't think we have that kind of idea, but it doesn't really actually answer the question, because it's like, what do you want for next year?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
no, it's
you
true.
know, you
Sorry, I
talk
went a
about
bit off
World
topic.
Tree and
Yeah, no, I did go a bit off topic.
Yeah, what do you want out
No,
there
what
for
do I
next year?
want is like really
Well, this year.
for our company to help people out, really. Give people that are in need work done to the property.
See, that's
would
what I
be
was
our goal.
thinking. Do you know what this year is really weird? So I'm not thinking about money.
No,
Not
I just
thinking
want to give
about-
back.
I just
like,
want
do
to
something good.
Yeah, I want to start people to start realizing there's better people in this industry than they think there is. It's like I got asked for a job, right? So I've been posting a job out for this guy. So the guy's got me. It's a great job. He's got a little young family. He wants a family home.
Nice.
And he hasn't got a family home at the moment. He wants to add a big, massive wraparound extension on the ground floor. It's really nice, quite a nice job for quite a nice family.
Yeah.
And I had him come around here, look around the house and everything else. So they know where I live. They know what I build because I've seen it. And he turned around and we were talking yesterday. Wanted to meet me again, see if I'll go over to the house, which is absolutely fine. But then to ask me about references. Have I got any references? And I was like, well, no, kind of not really, because for the last 3 years I've worked for one guy.
The reference has been I've turned my phone off for the past 2.5 years.
Yeah, for 3 years I've worked for one
We've been
man.
booked out.
Yeah.
And I unfortunately cannot provide you that information. That's because I'm just not prepared to do that. And that's that was not my agreement with my client.
Yeah.
So that I respect that. So, and he's got to understand that as well. And he was like, oh, on that basis, if you can't provide a reference, then I can't get you to do the job.
Could you imagine though, if your client was someone like Tyson, right? What, you're going to give out Tyson's mobile number for a reference?
Yeah,
exactly.
He's going to invite you around the house and probably,
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like I tried to explain to them that I've been working for these one people, and I've shown them like what we've done, how we've done it. Shown them this and everything else. And you think there's nothing more I can do.
Yeah.
As a builder, do you need someone to validate? And he goes, oh, I need a recommendation from somebody. I was like, what? I said, this is a bizarre situation to be in. I said, because you got to judge a builder for the builders coming around your house. He's going to turn the whole ground floor into a freaking building site.
Yeah.
We've got 2 young kids. We've got to consider all this. So you've got to consider the person you're bringing into the house. Not, has he got a good recommendation or is he a good reference? I get the reasons why you ask, but the proof's in the pudding. If a builder's willing to invite you around his house and he's willing to show you his home and come in there and see what we've done, see the quality of the work and understand the builder, that's better than any fucking reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you have a showroom. You've
Yeah,
brought them
because
around to a showroom
but-
to showcase what you do. And like, the fact is they don't see it. They don't understand it. And it's
People don't
like,
trust it.
I was
people
gonna say, there's
think
no
this
trust.
is a
It's
scam.
no trust.
It's not a scam. It's our life. We've built a showroom to show you guys what we could do. Bringing people to here, they need to realise that this is a showroom.
Yeah.
And it is a showroom.
Do you know, it's the
It's just-
scam
But the thing
thing.
is,
it's
it's
a bit-
irrelevant
it's
of being
small.
irrelevant of being a showroom. You're inviting people into your home.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you're going to turn around as a builder, and I'm going to turn around and say, oh, come into my house. I'll show you around my house and everything else. So you now know where I live.
Yeah.
I know where you live. So that's good. So I can hide from you ever because you know where I live.
Yeah, but you got to remember, people will not answer the door. So we have exactly the same thing with selling shipping containers. You have no idea how many people call us up and they go, "Oh, I got scammed out of $2,000 for a shipping container." Right? This goes on all the time, where there's just this whole disloyal, disingenuous thing. So what we say as a small business is we say, don't worry about paying a single penny, right? Before you get it, wait till you can see, sniff it, taste it, touch it, lick it. Once it's on your driveway,
Yeah.
then you pay the money, because
Yeah,
people just
true.
don't want to trust, and people don't want to trust through Facebook.
Well, it's
They don't
because you can't trust people.
Marketplace?
You genuinely cannot trust a person nowadays. And that's a sad thing to say. Like, there is so many people out there that well, you know.
Or don't stand on their word.
Yeah.
That's
It's just it's.
Oh, that's a whole other
That's-
conversation.
that's-
Because
Right,
I know a lot
before
of
we
people.
go any
that don't
further-
I always believe, like,
Dude, before we go any further, we'll go back to yours because you actually didn't say
well, I did.
what you
I
want.
kind of was going down the road of like, I just want to this year show people there's a completely different side to this business, and there's a different side to this type of building, and there's a different way of thinking about building houses. And I think if people can see it and understand what we're trying to do, then they'll understand what this is all becoming. I want this year to be the year of change for me. Is that finally people are going to start to listen and understand where we're trying to come from here, because we're only coming from a point that we want everybody to understand it. Because if everybody understands, it's going to make it better.
Yeah.
And it's the industry in itself. If you can understand how to work in this building industry, I tell you now, it can only help you in the future. All these people talk about property development, and you have all these conversations. You see all these people on TV and on podcasts and all this other stuff. They all talk about, oh yeah, if you do it this way, you do it this way, and everything else. It's all fine because you're buying and selling, or you're renovating, you buy something new, you do all this. But if you don't understand how the mechanism of the building industry works, it's no good being able to buy and sell. You need to understand, because you've got to get a builder at some point to help you. And when the builder gets involved, that's when it can all go right and it can all go wrong. And there's many reasons for why we build good as in goes right, because there's a fucking lot of builders out there that still know what they're doing and very, very capable. There's also a lot that aren't.
Well, do you know
And
what?
it's not because I want a willing, it's just because they just don't fucking know.
It's so funny you say about the mechanisms. This is absolutely gospel as I sit here. I was watching one of them Homes Under the Hammer, right? This is gospel. There, people will be able to research and see this. So they go to see this guy and they said, "Oh, so you've bought this house at auction?" He said, "Yes, I've bought this house at auction. And how much have you anticipated it's going to cost to do it up?" Again, the numbers I'm going to be a bit wrong with. He was like £16,492.84. So that's a bit like much.
Fucking precise number.
So he gets out this book, right? He gets out this thing, and he's done timing on to take all the skirting board off in the kitchen. 1 hour,
That's
20
serious.
minutes, and then he's going to remove each cupboard individually. Then he's going to remove the hinges off of each cupboard door. He had broken it down and wrote out his whole book. I'll tell you what, he spent more time writing this book out than he would have been doing in doing the renovation.
Yeah,
And you know,
it's true.
and when they went back like a couple of months later, it was all to rat shit, because there were things that he pulled off the wall, and then there's damp behind the
Don't know what
wall,
you're
and there's
gonna
all this
find.
stuff
Yeah,
you
all
don't
these-
You never
know.
know what you're going to find.
Just
And this is
don't know.
always the hardest part, when people turn around to you, you go, "Oh, I want to renovate my house and I want to do this, I want to do that." And our client, proven, is you just don't know what you're going to uncover when you start
Yeah.
Revealing
taking
a
it
house.
apart. Yeah, I mean, Barry can back this up because Barry was there as well. So it's like when we took apart the last job we took apart, it was so falling apart. It needed to sort of kind
It
of
was
but
a
you're
full
come
hang
down
on,
to go up
but-
again to be right.
But you both are missing out on something completely here, because you started one house, and on that one house, I helped come along, and you done a full redevelopment on the other house they bought
Yeah.
on the
right.
interim. So you didn't just have one project you were running.
Yeah, we done
you
that.
also
No,
had
that's
another
funny.
one.
Yeah, we
Can I
did
say that one was very impressive.
That
When
was
he
efficient.
that was
That was
good,
efficient.
because I remember he turned around and said, "Right, we got 30 days before we move in. Can you get it done?" And it started off with bathrooms, carpets, paint, and a bit in the kitchen. That's how it started.
What,
So
what with that massive
And
extension on the
floor,
side?
Kitchen
and
floor.
the kitchen,
throughout the
the
house,
kitchen floor throughout, and it was
Yeah.
that's how it started. So it wasn't like major, but it was serious. So we had the other job going on at the same time. So all of a sudden we now got to jump on this job, and I must have had 20 fucking blokes in there.
28 guys, can I say, you actually had on that? And I know that because I bought them all coffee. I went down to that place at Sandbanks.
Wow,
that
yeah,
nice
when you
coffee.
think about it, because we had painters and decorators in there, we had everybody in there.
Yeah,
We
20,
literally
28
threw
guys.
everybody at it.
Was it
And
28?
That month turned
Fucking
into
hell.
5 months. Didn't it, Barry? And we ended up building a fucking extension.
Re-turfing the whole garden,
landscaped that
landscape to the
garden.
whole garden. Didn't
That's
we?
a
Yeah, it was
1,000 square
It was a
metres.
nice
Didn't
Didn't
job,
you even
that.
put his flag up? If I remember
Yeah,
rightly,
they put a West Ham
yeah,
flag
you put a
up,
West
right,
Ham
yeah.
flag up. I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
And there was a couple of
just you
shipping
inside
containers.
Riot in the road.
And there was a couple of shipping containers
Yeah,
that were,
shipping
that, that were
containers,
put
yeah,
in.
you
Jay
remember?
sorted that
Yeah,
out, didn't he? Yeah, come on.
Logistically, it was a fucking nightmare, but
Yeah.
we did it.
Yeah,
We did it, and then we were doing Brood now at the same time. But that was 5 months in the end it took to do that, right? that job.
Wow.
Unreal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair play. And do you know what? That's just what not a lot of people will probably give you credit for. They'll sit and look at you as a 50-year-old builder and go, oh, he's got it easy. Can you imagine trying to orchestrate 28 people? Like what is going on
at
up here?
that level as well.
Yeah.
At that level, so you're then turning around and going, right, we're adapting all the time to the design on the house and what we wanted to do. So you're making it up as you go along.
Yeah.
So there was no plans with no any architects. It was just me and the client. We're going, like, what about doing that there? Or what about that there? And
Yeah, we built
we turned the
bars,
gym into a
gyms,
bar, didn't
yeah.
we? And it was like fucking wicked by the time we finished with it.
Yeah,
Compared to what
wow.
it was a piece of shit.
Yeah, put a
before.
whole side extension on the side of the house, gave it like a
Well,
utility
our
room,
clients sold it, made a
gym.
lot of money. So it's good.
Well,
Yeah,
the worst
it's
thing was
healthy.
when we first got the keys and I come round to have a look with you, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, this place is beautiful, right? I'd live in it as it was, right? It was, to me, that was my like perfect home. And then when it was finished, I never fathomed how you had an amazing house and you just took it like 7 steps up, and I mean that is just a gift, and that is
Thank you.
again,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
all the experience you've had.
Big
Obviously,
up, Steve.
Yeah,
I'd like to
big
have
up,
done a bit
Steve.
more there, to be fair.
Yeah,
for it
you
all to
could have done
been
a lot more.
Just right.
Like a
You
lot
needed to probably spend, I don't know, I'd love to have put like a bar in the garden somewhere. He was crying out for a bar. In the
What
garden.
about that bit in the very back?
That's
It
what
was
I
all
mean.
like metallic.
In the trees, where it was all in the trees. We
Yeah.
could have hidden something in there. We could have made that cool as
But
fuck.
didn't it
Oh,
have
we wanted to
a
build
tree
like an
hut?
alpine
Yeah,
bar,
and
didn't we?
that
Like a
was
log
zip
bar.
line
That would have
from
been so
the,
cool. To build
from
like
the
a log
patio,
cabin.
Yeah.
straight down to the
Was
bar. At the
was it?
garden.
Wasn't there a funny metallic-y
That garden
building?
was
Like
massive, Baz, wasn't it? It was absolutely fucking huge.
it was a
By the time he cut all those trees down, it was unbelievable.
But I'm sure there was already a little building in amongst all the trees. It was all metally, and you couldn't see it from the house,
It
right?
was.
Yeah,
I
there was
fucking
a
forgot
yeah.
about that.
See,
Do you
I
remember
haven't.
that?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
forgot
It's a
about
mirrored
that.
Fucking house thing that was in the garden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
written
you
that
couldn't
down.
see
Yeah,
I
it.
wrote
didn't
that
see
down
it
actually.
from
I'm
the
trying to
house.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
We must
that
have
was a
put
good
a
one,
digger
actually.
through that. Luke probably
Yeah, we
did,
pulled
don't
it down with a digger, but we
Yeah.
were ripping out all the inside.
It was a good job.
It's
I
like an
enjoyed
actual
that,
proper
right?
kit outbuilding.
I enjoyed doing the job there. It was just it was a wicked job to do with a wicked client in that sense of the word. And yeah, it was good fun. I don't know. You know, when you look at it now, it puts into perspective how big the other job was.
Oh
Because
yeah.
you think in 5 months we did that job, and that's a big fucking house, and we renovated the whole thing. And you look at how quick we managed to do that, and then you look at how long it took to do the other one.
How big? How big? Do you know roughly square footage size of what the little redevelopment
I think
was?
it was about 4,500.
Yeah, I think it was about 4.5.
So
yeah.
4,500 to them. What was the monster?
10, near 11.
Well, we would say 10,488 to be exact.
Wow! Shout out to Brad for
that's
a level of
that's
autism.
including terraces.
No, that's excluding terraces.
oh, yeah,
actually.
was it
So that's
excluding?
excluding.
Yeah.
So you got a fucking patio up the top. It's 1,500 square meters, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
fucking
crazy.
huge.
Wow!
They went mad with the whole house, swimming pools, basements, roof terraces. Yeah,
Best thing
Yeah.
we ever built.
yeah, definitely. It was the finest thing we were ever gonna.
Could you imagine, like on a random note, like everyone always goes, "I'd love to have that big house." You know, if you won the lottery, I'd have that massive, great big house.
No
Could you
way.
imagine having to facilitate
maintenance.
the maintenance
Do
of
you know
it?
what I've seen the electric bill? That's fucking scary enough.
Is it really?
Honestly, you think your electric bill's bad? Fucking the mate, no. They didn't pay the electric bill while we were working there for, I don't know, it was like 10 months. And do you know how much it was?
No, go on.
$8,000.
Wow.
Grand.
$8,000 electric.
10 months.
And that's when we were working.
Wow.
right?
So that's without the house actually
that's
having
without
full
house
electric
actually being
supply.
operational.
Oh
It's like
my!
fuck
like
that.
Rob goes upstairs and fires up the cinema room or something like that. All of a sudden, the whole fucking electric grid must go. Turn it on the electric. Give it a
Can you
boost up.
imagine?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is you can't even fathom that. See, and that was. Do you know what? Funny enough, you said
Well,
that.
I think what was it they said it was? It was like when we put the outside lights in there. I think it was something like 210 outside lights.
210.
Another low voltage LED, right? So obviously that's a bit of a winner, but
I bet it is.
210 lights. If you put everything on together,
You are literally going to wipe out the road.
because
yeah,
it's on
yeah.
a hill.
It must have a surge, that
Because it's
house.
on a hill, they also thought it acts well as a flipping lighthouse.
Like,
So you realise as you're sailing into that point, there's land there. Stop.
do you know what? It was quite funny. You said about maintaining properties
Yeah,
to a level. And funny enough, I had this exact same conversation with a Laura, who works with me at Three Counties, and it's sort of like, it's amazing how many of these big old houses people get. Like they get a big, massive house, and they have all these like rooms and everything's all nice. But then when there's a problem, you know, to the normal person that gets a mortgage, they get their house, and you know they can just about afford their mortgage and everything, and something happens and a roof goes wrong, and it just absolutely kills them, and it just wipes all the savings out.
Yeah.
And there is like this whole thing about buying, like almost the nature of consumerism is like, you got to have this big flash house, you got to have this amazing Bugatti, you got to have all this amazing stuff. What they don't tell you is when the shit goes wrong, it's going to cost you a fortune.
I remember that. Do you remember? I remember that when I bought my first M3, right? So an M3 convertible, 2003. First ever silver grey one coming to country.
Nice.
E46, if I think I remember rightly. Fucking wicked car. The first car, like 50 grand it cost me. And I remember driving it and driving around and thinking, oh, it's fucking great. And then 6 months later, I realised I needed a set of tyres for it. So I phoned BMW. I go, what the fuck? You didn't tell me it was going for a set of tyres this quick. And they went, well, that's what happens when you buy cars like that. Because he said, imagine the performance. And then what that's putting through the tyres, I was like, holy shit, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
Well, have you never watched F1 at this point? See how many times they go through.
he was driving too fast to watch F1. He didn't have a chance.
He was in F1,
That
that's why.
car used to go like thunder. I mean, mate, I can say it because no one can do anything about it now, but I did fleet services to home, 38 minutes in that car.
Someone try to beat that, because that'd be a
On a
fucking...
No,
Friday.
don't. We do not encourage that
to
type
this
of
day, I still
behaviour.
can't. I said I used to be able to drive
don't
very
encourage
long
that.
distances at very fast speeds.
Wow.
I mean, we think about it. Actually, me and Brad did it. So we travelled from Portugal to home in one day. So
How many miles is that?
1,836.
So it was a massive journey. It took 24 hours, didn't it? We did it in 24 hours.
24 and a half hours from leaving
Wow.
fucking Portugal to being home on the doorstep. I was fucked. Absolutely fucked.
How many Red Bulls did you have?
I remember that because we were doing like, well, it started off right. We got in the car, we dropped Gail and Casey at the airport, me and Brad, and we had to drive the car back. And we had the C, what did I have at the time? CL 500.
Yeah, CL 500.
Big fucking
Mercedes.
Say 5.5 litre V8.
Wow.
So this thing is a beast.
It was a
And I
heavy
think it's
car.
going to be a nice drive back. It's so comfortable. You can set it in cruise control, just sit there, steer, and it's just fucking lovely. So we started driving back. Goes, how far do you think we could beat the sat-nav back to the tunnel? Because that's what we set it for.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fucking hell, I don't know. I'll give it a go, like that sort of thing. So we just started driving. So we drove through Portugal, sort of, then drove through Spain. Then we hit the bottom of France, and just about 6 in the evening, and I felt fine. I felt fine. By this time, I'd done 200 quid's worth of fuel. I'd done 2 loads on the car.
Wow.
So and it was then bottom of France, and then it hit France.
Are there any speed limits in these places?
Yeah, there are.
Oh, there are.
Right, so there's
Oh,
another
there's
story
loads of
with
speed
that. There's
cameras.
an-
Fuck me, mate. I mean, it's, honestly,
He must
it
have got caught by
it got
about
so
8.
late in the
Yeah,
evening.
you were
I was
flashing
the only
all the
car
time.
on the road. So I am literally 145, 150 miles an hour.
He was doing speed limits
Yeah.
the whole
In
way.
France,
145
not in the
kilometres.
UK. So I'm driving at like literally, like the car at 140 miles an hour was fucking unbelievable. Just glided, and it was like flying a plane. And it was just
Shout out to
wow.
BMW.
Yeah, no,
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Oh, Mercedes.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with
BMW.
Pepsi.
No, shout out to
They're gonna hate
BMW
you.
for giving us an
And I
M4.
reckon from 7, 8 o'clock in the evening until 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, when I got to the tunnel, I reckon my average speed was well over 100. Well over 100. I just fucking got in the zone. 3 Red Bulls, 4 Mars bars.
You did
and
one of
then
those
fuck it,
Lucasade
I was
alerts.
I was so
Anyone remember that?
sick. I was so sick of sugar
It was like a
overload.
caffeine shot.
And it was like that. And I got across, we got to the tunnel, and I remember sitting on the tunnel thinking, I am absolutely fucked. I'm deliriously fucked. I've had a massive sugar overload. That's why I hate fucking Red Bull. I had that massive sugar overload.
If he's not
Mars bars.
climbing Kilimanjaro or driving at 145 mile an hour, Steve don't want a Red Bull.
Through France. I was wired. I was wired. But I got to the tunnel, I just dived. And I thought, fucking hell, I've got to get across. So we got across the other side, driving the windows open. And we probably into McDonald's. I thought, I'll eat something. Maybe that made me feel better. That ruined me. It just made me want to go to sleep. So we drove from that service, I can't remember where it was, just coming off out of the tunnel down to Fleet.
Yeah.
So we got to Fleet, and I'm like, I am absolutely hanging now. Hanging. I just want to sleep. I've got to sleep. So we go in, and I think I'm an hour away. 38 minutes if I do it at the best speed, but I don't think I'll do it now. Like I'm an hour away from fucking home. And I was like, what should I do? So I went in and had one of these Lucozade Alert drinks. Fuck me, I had that and I had a Lucozade Sport. So you imagine how much sugar I
Shout out
had.
Lucozade.
So I was loaded, and that just got me home. And we got to the door. We left. Was it Portugal? I think it was 9:30. And I turned up here at 10 o'clock the next morning.
Mum was
And
not
it was
happy
eight-
when we walked through the door and they just got off their flight and got back.
They got back before,
Whoa.
obviously, but she was like, "What the fuck?" She said, "I knew you were going to do something like this." And I went and sat in the lounge, sat down, and the girl said, "Do you want a cup of tea?" I went, "Yeah, I do." And the next thing, I was out cold for 5 hours. Literally out. I just can't remember a fucking thing. And all I remember is I checked my thing on the car, because it used to keep all the records. It was 1,836 miles, 24 and a half hours. I couldn't do it now.
I was going to say, would you guys not rise to that challenge?
Oh, we could do
again?
it now. With
I
us
could.
two.
Yeah,
Us two
if you-
now.
Brad was driving,
Because
I
I
couldn't
couldn't
do it
drive.
now.
I was like 9. So
Brad,
I was just passenger.
but
wanker.
you were 10, and Brad thought he could drive. So he thought at one point he'd be able to help me.
Tell me you
And
let
I'm
him
like,
drive.
dude, you're
probably
10
couldn't.
years old.
Tell
You're not
me-
driving a
tell
No,
me
it was
you-
an automatic.
Yeah.
Automatics are like
5.5
go-karts.
litre V8
Yeah.
fucking rocket.
Brad was like 6 foot from the age of 10 anyway, so he
Yeah, I was
could,
a foot.
you could reach
You
the
know,
pedals.
we're quite lucky, me and Brad, because we've done a couple of like road trips through Europe.
Yeah,
and
we've
we've done
done
three or four actually, because we think
Three?
we've done down south of France and the X5.
We've done 3.
And we've done Spain and Portugal. Yeah,
Yeah.
Spain was cool. Went across the Malao Bridge.
That was
amazing.
cool. Yeah.
We went across. I mean, do you remember when we went across the Malao Bridge? So Malao Bridge.
It was foggy, wasn't
It's
it?
this massive bridge that they built in France. And it's over a village. It's fucking clever as fuck how they did it. So basically, it's 3 mile long bridge, but they pushed it out from each end, and it met in the middle.
Can you imagine if they got it wrong? Imagine if they
but
just started
that's
going out and it ended up
exactly.
like...
So
Yeah,
this is put
that's
that,
how
that
perfect.
this is
That's
put
how
this feat of
perfect.
engineering into perspective, right? So they've shunted out a road, 1.5 miles one way
Yeah.
on stilts. So as it goes across, they're feeding it to hit the stilts. So the stilts have all got to be set right high.
Yeah.
You know, and then they feed the other half out from the other way. So going like that, dun, 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 and then they met in the middle. Do you know they were 1.5 mil out or something stupid like that? Do you know who engineered it?
Go on.
British.
Come on.
No way.
Shout out the British.
Ah.
So we engineered that fucker. Now, how the hell? I can't even get that into concept, how you could be that close.
Yeah.
And how that's even possible. But anyway, we drove across it, and it's an amazing bridge, and you go to this museum down below, and it's pretty cool. And the second time we drove across it, we were driving back, and as we drove through one side, lovely and clear, you got to the other side, there was all the towns lit up below. It just looked fucking amazing. The moon was fucking huge. And it was like, we were driving around, I was like, wow, this is just unreal. What an experience. And we got to the other side, couldn't see a fucking thing. Fog, like you'd never experienced in your
No
life.
way.
You couldn't see a foot in
Literally,
front of you.
in
Everyone
3
had to
miles,
go over.
how much it changed.
It was unreal, man.
It was
It
literally
was-
waiting for us over the other side. You drove
Never
into
seen
it and
fog
you
like
couldn't
that.
see anything. You literally would just literally drive into the car park like 2 miles an hour. You couldn't see fuck all.
Wow. You
Fog
don't
lights
get
didn't
weather
matter,
like
nothing.
that nowadays, do you?
I know.
No,
never
that was
experienced
nuts.
fog
There
like
was
that.
everyone was pulling in, and everyone was like, "Fucking hell, you see that fog?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "Yeah, like, fucking, you
buried
can't
in
even
it.
see outside."
Yeah, it was unreal.
We
It
had
was
to wait
really
like
well.
half an hour, and then it went, didn't it?
Yeah,
it was so
and then
weird.
it went, and then we got on the road and carried on going. But it was an
Yeah.
amazing experience. And I look at the things as I've always said, I wanted Brad to have these experiences when he grew up of like doing something completely different.
Yeah.
You know, jump in the car. What the fuck? We could get on a plane and we could be in Portugal or Spain. in
It's
2.5
definitely the
hours.
fun way of doing it. It makes more travel out of the travel. Instead of sitting on a plane doing something fucking boring, watching a few movies,
Oh,
you go
should we,
out
set
down on
a,
a fucking...
should we set a challenge for
Oh, mate,
next year?
I'd love us to do a Top
Should we
Gear.
do- should we-
Us three do a Top Gear.
Should we do
It
a
would be
challenge
fucking
next year,
brilliant. We could do it.
2024? Should we
We could
plan a
easily do
route?
that.
Should
Yeah,
we
we
Oh,
plan?
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
idea.
quite a good
That's
idea.
a great
Little
idea.
GoPro in the car.
Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
could
You
do
can
this,
do
yeah.
right.
We could
There's
do
a tour.
That's
and
a
I
challenge.
said
That's a challenge
about to Gail
accepted.
about doing it once, but she didn't seem that interested. It's a tour of California.
Okay.
And you go over and you sign up, and they have, I think there's 20 or 30 Mustang convertibles, and 20 or 30 people go, depending
Yeah.
on who it is. You go as a couple, you go on your own,
Throuple.
and everything else. And then you go and drive around California. So you go to like Vegas.
That'd be so
That'd be
cool.
baller.
Can you
turning up to
imagine?
Vegas in a Mustang.
Yeah,
come on.
that would be pretty cool to kind of do it. So you
Do you reckon
go
they let me
to...
wear my? Do you reckon they let me wear my jumper?
Ginger pubes.
Lord Ginger pubes. Do you reckon
Walk
they
through
would?
customs.
We'd have to
Love
get
that.
you a gold Mustang, won't we, to go with the hairline?
Yeah,
you know, so you had
orange
gold
one,
and-
a nice orange one.
Yeah,
Orange,
they're
black
doing that
alloys,
burnt orange.
black
Yeah, boom.
I want to get one of those Hellcats, the Dodge Hellcats.
What, Dodge Hellcat? No,
Yeah,
they made
yeah.
even more now. They got a Dodge Demon, don't they? Which
Have
is
they?
even more. I've always found it
Fucking
one of them.
hell.
Isn't they like
Weapon,
700 or 800 brake?
Yeah,
like,
see,
the
have
Hellcat?
two buttons.
they're the
Two keys.
Dodge Challenger, and
Yeah,
it's
they
the
have two
Challenger. So
keys.
there was the Hellcat, and that was just insane. And then they built this one new one, then was Dodge Demon. And they're basically these fucking American muscle cars. They're unbelievable cars. And they get 2 key fobs. So you get 1 key fob, your everyday driver, like a black
Yeah.
key fob. So that one restricts the car to like 500 and some brake horsepower. which
Just
is-
a little bit.
Yeah, which is
tiny
just
amount.
like insane anyway. And he's like your everyday driver, but you get another key fob. Say it's red. I'm not sure if it's
I think it's the other way round. I actually think it's the other way round. black and white.
but that then gives you the full potential of a car, which is something like 750 brake horsepower. This fucking thing's insane. It's a drag car.
Wow.
I mean, they're dragging these cars up against the best drag cars, and they're holding their own. They're not winning it, but they're drag cars. Come on, you know. But
I'd rather not
that's
have a
a production
Hellcat.
car.
I'd rather or a Demon.
What would
I'd
you
rather
go
have something
for?
a bit softer.
What, like a
Maybe-
Corvette?
No, like a no, something.
You're
do you know
Audi
what?
TT.
Do you know what?
Audi TT.
Do you know? No.
Oh,
Do you know what? So. Right, my dad had a Cadillac, and it was like 1972 Cadillac, right? And I used to skateboard at Harrow Leisure Centre when I was a kid. And what used to happen was, Dad used to come down in his caddy, and he'd wash it before he left, and then he'd park it up in the car park. And while I'd be skateboarding, he'd be waxing his car, and it was 21 foot long. So it was
me, that is
huge.
a
It was
boat, isn't it?
seven.
Oh, God.
It was
Wow.
a 7.8 litre V8.
Holy
It was monstrous.
Good God.
So
Wow.
so one day, I've looked over, and there's an E30 BMW whipping round in the car park, just doing donuts, and his mate's filming him. So anyway, the old man's giving me the he had the mad claxtons on his on the caddy, which signalled I had signalled home time. Dad's had enough. So as he got in the caddy, I've obviously got in the right hand side. He's gone, watch this, and he is like full up this motor and booted it, and we've just lit up. We are off, right? We're there. All the kids are, yeah, their skateboards. Yeah, we couldn't stop at the end of the road, right? Had to just like roar around. But the problem was because it was 21 foot long, you couldn't park it anywhere. So once he got it up a multi-story car park,
Well, the
and
door's big on it as well.
the doors were
big.
monstrous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cool
So
motor.
it was only. I'm sure it was only 2 doors.
Did he have the hydraulic shit like GTA?
No, nothing like
that.
that. No, the old man's
Yeah, but
original.
no,
No, it's not my
talking
style.
about
The old
things,
man's an OG, right? He don't have none of that stuff. He used to have a
he's got his
skinhead.
chains
He
on.
just-
Brilliant if he
He
did
just had
that.
like the rebel flag on the back and stuff. But I'd never
Oh,
forget.
that's the naughty flag, that is. You're not allowed that anymore.
No, exactly. And he used to take it up this multi-story. I mean, we got up to Watford multi-story, and it was fine going up. But then when he was coming down, he couldn't get all the way round, so we had to like reverse up and go round a bit, and reverse up and go round a bit, and reverse
Oh,
up.
we had that. You remember when we
Nightmare.
tried to park the fucking Mercedes in garage?
Oh yeah, it was a fucking worst
Spain,
spiral
wasn't
car park that you could ever get down.
Honestly.
He had like
I had a
not
because
even a
obviously
foot
that
either
CL
end.
500
It was
a big
fucking crazy.
motor. It was an
It's long. It's very
S-Class
long.
coupe, isn't it? So they're big. And we were trying to park it in this underground car park in Spain, wasn't it? It was fucking horrendous.
You had literally
Oh
like
my
a
God,
foot
it was
either side.
awful. And it
Didn't
was
you
literally,
hit?
we got in there. Must have done that 80-point turn to get in. And we
Yeah, it
finally
was
got
crazy.
in. Stayed in the hotel room. It was so fucking hot in there that we ended up staying there for like 5 hours, paid for the night. Neither of us could sleep. So we went back down, got the car, and ended up driving. So all we did was park it there. It was absolutely fucking apart.
He
But
basically, he was snoring so fucking loud. I was about 12 this
Yeah,
time, I
you
think.
were 12, yeah.
And I thought he was snoring so fucking loud, and we had a joint bedroom. I thought, fuck this. I walked into the bathroom, sat down with a pillow in the bathroom. I was like, this is nice. I can't hear him
Perhaps lay
snoring.
down.
So I lay down, fell asleep in the bathroom to get away from his snoring because he fucking snores.
Is it really? Is it a bad
It's
thing?
bad.
Is your snoring bad?
started when I went to Killy.
No way.
Seems to start because I remember the first when I went. So I went to Killy twice, right? So first time I went was I was 39, and we went as a bit of a scouting mission. It was 5 of us. So
Yeah.
we just went on a bit like a scouting mission, just get a bit of an idea how it worked. With a friend of mine who wanted to do it as a charity thing, and then 50 weeks later we went back and did it again. So I went with him, which was a mistake.
Right.
Because it's never the same place twice, is it? It was beautiful when we did it the first time. Like this, weather like this every day. You're up on a mountain, sun shining, it's lovely and warm, it's nice, dry.
Oh, but that's
beautiful.
amazing.
Second time round, wind, rain, yeah, fucking everything. It was like a totally different experience. Hated it. No, I didn't. It was good fun. But I forgot where I'm going with the whole bloody conversation. Oh, that's it. So, first night, we stop in Amsterdam. So to go to Kilimanjaro direct, you got to go to Amsterdam, fly out from Schiphol Airport to straight into Kilimanjaro. So you can do that from there. So we went out in Amsterdam the night before. So 10 of us all out in Amsterdam. You can imagine, can't we? So everybody's made a beeline to the whole fucking red light district. So
Definitely red light, not the blue light.
yeah, a few people are in the bakers getting some cakes, a few people in the tobacconists getting some tobacco.
Nice, yeah, nice.
And, everybody's having a nice time.
Dabble,
Just kind of experiencing the whole Amsterdam thing just for one night because we're literally flying out in the morning. So
No one's checking out the cats.
no, so
Not the pussy. No.
so we probably went to bed about 1 o'clock. We were up again at like 5 to get on the plane and everything else. So we're pretty tired. So we get to Kilimanjaro. You spend the whole day fucking around. It moves fast. As soon as you get off the plane, you have that night in a hotel, and then they're up at 6 in the morning and you're off. It takes about 4 hours to get out to the mountain and that. So you don't really get any sleep. So from the day you've left home, that's it. You're on the rush.
This is not sounding good.
So
is
the
it?
first night, so we're in camp on the first night. So it's like we're all fucking tired. Everybody's going to bed, and it was all like so. Everybody's out cold at 7, 8 o'clock at night. And I wake up the next morning. I thought, God, I feel fucking amazing. I've had the best night's sleep. It's good to be back on the mountain because it is good for sleeping and stuff like that. And as I woke up and I go, so it was you. And I was like, what was me? He said, you kept the whole fucking camp awake all night snoring. And I was like, no. She goes, that is going to kill you one day. This woman goes to me. I was like, fucking hell. She goes, you've got sleep apnea or whatever it's called. You're going to die one day. And I was like, and I thought, I pissed her off. She was like, my fucking husband's like that every night. And this is one of the people we were climbing with. I was like,
what an
hell.
awkward way to start a
So
climb.
then it goes, as he goes around every
I'm not coming on a road trip with you, Steve. I'm quite all right. Brad,
We'd have to get wheelchair.
Brad,
He's
It's
going
got
his
worse
own.
than that because all the guides and the people. So bear in mind, there's 10. Was it 10 or 12 of us? I can't really remember now. 10 or 12 of us doing the climb. No, it's 14, I think, actually. To be fair, so we were doing the climb, but there was about 40 people helping us. But they were all moaning about it as well. So they go, Steve, I'd not sleep anywhere near you. He goes, you're so fucking noisy. You get the whole camp away.
is it really that
And
bad?
I was like, holy shit. I didn't realise it was that bad. I don't think it was. It was just, I was so fucking tired. I was dead tired. You know what I mean? So I just got to see fuck everyone else.
Well, you like pass out though when you're asleep.
Yeah,
you're
when
asleep.
I sleep, I sleep.
Yeah.
I
Right.
sleep like an absolute fucking baby. But I'm gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gone. Don't fucking wake me up. That's the worst thing you can ever do is wake me up.
Really?
I've done it
Yeah,
once.
I'm like
done
a
it once. It
fucking
was
psycho.
fucking brilliant. I basically walked in and one night I was about.
Yeah,
I was
I
young.
mean,
I was
shit.
young. I wasn't old. But anyway, I had a glass of water and I just walked up to him, fucking done one on him, just tipped the whole glass over his face. He woke up. He was in the fucking. You were so angry. I remember. It was
What made you do that?
I don't get angry, do I,
it
about
was just a
that?
random funny thing I was doing. It was like it must have been. I
It
think Mum
wasn't
wanted
just
to
the
get him
most
up or
random
some
thing.
shit.
He's done it twice. So I was asleep once. I was sleep, and he came along with a lightsaber and hit me on the head. And he was like, that. I was like, what the fuck? And he was just like, that is the worst thing that could ever happen to me, being woken up like that. Horrible. I lose control of everything I've got. All my fucking everything goes out the
Getting
window.
smacked in the head while you're asleep. I mean,
Yeah.
that is definitely that's
Brad didn't know.
cool,
He was like
Brad.
2
I
years
didn't
old,
know.
wasn't he? So
That's up
wherever
there.
he was, 2, 3 years old, maybe a bit older.
I was learning. I was like, oh, he didn't
baby,
like
the
that.
late so
Fucking
good,
no.
Don't
2
do
years
that
old,
one again.
noted.
He's
Right,
a bit
okay.
like Brad, don't throw stones in the garden.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
smash
like,
the
Brad,
window.
Brad, stop throwing stones in the garden. You're going to end up breaking the window. And they say they were throwing stones. I said, just stop throwing stones because you're going to end up doing some damage. So Brad threw a stone. What's it do? Hit the fucking
Yep,
glass on
smashed
the patio door of the conservatory. It broke it. So what did Brad do? Run upstairs as fast as he could. He under his bed.
I was 16 at this time.
He couldn't get under the bed to the corner.
I was
For a
about 5.
second,
I was
I
about
actually
5.
looked at you and was like, "Were you really 16?" So 16, you were 6 foot. You were 6'3", so you got up them stairs well quick.
Yeah, I could do 3. I could do 3 steps at a time.
Wow.
Yeah, I can lunge it. I've got long legs.
So obviously, if we do a big drive-in adventure, we have to almost have a separate hotel to stay.
Oh yeah, we do. We need a whole,
No, separate floor.
different. You need to be in a different postcode to get away from the
100%.
snoring.
Just separate floor.
Like-
Just fucking damn everybody else on that floor to a nice sleep with me.
Can you imagine? You get some like,
I can't-
motorhomes.
It's not so. It's just weird. It seems to be when I get really fucking tired, I sleep really heavy, and obviously there's other people who do the same thing. So, but that was just one bad experience, and then after that, it's sort of like I've always seemed to known and I've snored.
Right.
So I don't know what started all that off, how it ever got that way. It just seemed to be that one occasion where it just happened.
And then that's
Yeah,
it
that's
now.
it. So
Wow.
I've been snoring for 12 years now, and I'm pretty proud of it, to be fair. At least I get plenty of room in bed.
Well,
yeah.
pretty room in the house. You know, Gail's knocking on my
think
door.
I'll
Can you
She
just-
has
come
those
in?
headphones, the little foam things you can put in your ears. Shout out foam little things you
Yeah.
can put in your ears.
And then a
helping
set of
people
headphones,
sleep.
and then a set of ear fucking mufflers.
Yeah, noise cancellation headphones on top of noise
Yeah,
cancellation
playing loud
headphones.
fucking heavy metal music. You can still hear me.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that. So where are we going to go then on this adventure? If we're gonna pick somewhere, potentially California.
Patagonia.
Ooh.
Where?
Patagonia.
Patagonia. I was watching Top Gear do it yesterday. It looks fucking well dangerous.
Patagonia.
Yeah,
Where's
okay.
where-
Yeah, they
where
was
is
driving in
that?
Argentina.
Let's do it,
They all
yeah.
got kicked out of Argentina, didn't they? And all that
It'd be
shit.
quite exciting. What happens if one of us fell off?
I don't even know what this is, but it sounds terrifying, right?
We're
It's-
building roll cages into these cars.
Nah.
Yeah,
nah.
fuck yeah.
No,
I want to be
we-
doing donuts. The
We
whole
gotta be
lot.
living
Look.
the fucking real world, Brad.
Top
No,
Gun.
Yeah, we're
no,
not.
Top Gear, sorry.
I want to go somewhere safe, somewhere whereby
Iceland.
if I go to prison, I'm not going to end up a spunk
When do we
rag.
do Iceland? I tell you what,
I will get
I tell you what
abused.
would-
Look at me.
What would be good, right? What would be good, and maybe this is something we do. Go learn to ice driving when they do it on these massive
Oh,
lakes.
that's
where
a
they
cool
skid
one.
around.
Do
on
it in
those-
like Finland or
Yeah.
somewhere. We'll go Finland and take
Have
out
all
the
those
little
studs on
ski
the
hills
tyres and all that shit, and they go ripping round.
No, this does not sound fun. What is
Ice
what?
road trucking. We could do like a V2 on that. That's
Yeah, I'm
it.
not doing that.
Yeah, Jake,
Yeah,
you
nah. I like my
ice,
life.
Ice road furniture movie.
No, I don't. Ice
We'll
road.
get you furniture there, mate, don't you worry.
Nah, I'm quite alright.
We got diggers, the whole lot.
It's 300 quid for the budget. It's 30 grand to deliver.
Yeah, to deliver it. I think he wouldn't even in lorry, just slide it along the lakes to the other guy, just like stand there.
Yeah, just tie it to some dogs.
Yeah.
And
send
pull
it
it through.
across.
I think I'll put a sickie on that one. Can't we do some like nice, sensible drive where there's like some nice
could be Europe.
roads?
Oh, Italy. Italy
Oh,
would be
yeah, in the
Yeah, we
mountains
could do
down there.
do like wine tasting.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, go for a load of wine tasting.
Obviously, not drinking and driving. We would park up and
no,
be
only
sensible.
a couple, only a
Yeah,
bottle or two.
yeah. And then,
No, I'm
but
joking.
Italy could be a good shout. It's not
Yeah,
too far
right.
away.
Yeah,
If anything goes
I'm up for
wrong,
Italy.
we
I'm
yeah
up
we
for
could do
that.
an Italy tour. That'd be funny. That would be fucking
Yeah.
funny. Do
Be
like a
me-
little
even.
In
Yeah,
minis.
minis.
Italian,
Yeah.
Italian.
I'll be
job,
fine
innit?
with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's the
Absolutely
Italian-
fine with that.
Yeah, driving
These little
chase
legs.
car.
If he's driving the bus, we have to get Hugh to drive the bus.
Imagine
won't we?
me in one of those like, classic minis. My head would be touching the ceiling.
You have to the
Yeah,
front
no.
seat
It'd
out,
be
sit
so
in the back.
shit. It'd be alright for you two, but shit for me.
I'm thinking Ferrari.
Oh, you
but-
fucking wish, man.
I'm
You
thinking-
Exactly.
wish.
I probably am wishing to be.
Yeah.
baby.
I'm thinking Mini's a good shout. I like
Mini's a
it.
good
It'd
one.
probably
I
be
like that.
probably
It's
perfect
different.
height for me.
It's different. We could do that. We could get a load of minis. Yeah, we get
I'm
3 of the
feeling that.
classic minis. Not like the new ones, the old ones.
Yeah,
No,
the really
fuck
old
that,
one.
Just get a new
No,
one.
because the old ones are like you go
Nah,
proper like
the fucking-
turbo.
You're not gonna get. Like, they haven't got any turbos. on them.
No,
They're
I'm
20
joking.
things.
1275 GT was their best.
1275 GT.
That was the
yeah.
best one. Yeah, I think.
And then there was 1,000, wasn't there? I think.
Oh, that
So
was
they
the
were always 20
was it
things,
Mini
weren't they?
Mayfair or something? Was it
Yeah.
the Mayfair? Yeah, the 1 litre. No, I'm all about the
Imagine
Mini.
if you had like an old Cooper S now.
Oh yeah, it'd be worth a few quid now, wouldn't
Oh
it?
yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Or 1275 GT.
Yeah, see.
They were a good car, they were. They're a fucking rapid little thing for a Mini, weren't they? It was literally like strapping yourself to a seat. It was like a lawnmower, wasn't it?
It's nice with those cars that make me feel like a normal size because obviously being 5'6.5",
Yeah,
it's
like
kind of like there
that's a
are.
J car.
Yeah,
You
100%.
could go for like a smart car.
At the moment, I
We'll
get.
get you a booster seat, it's not a problem.
No,
Oh, dude, you should get one of those.
I've got a
smart
Toyota Yaris
turbo
to make me
ones.
feel normal,
Oh, yeah, you
and
have
then I
to.
drive.
Yeah,
then I drive
yeah.
the A6 when I feel like I want to got like little man
German
syndrome.
whip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, or the big long wheelbase van that I get out of and like fall down.
Brand new as well.
Yeah, literally. me and Ariel are the smallest people in this massive van and can't even see above the dash. Like, yeah.
You have to use a booster seat.
I have to like help myself in a bit. So on my one, if you get in, you,
Oh, you
you
can
can
boost
pump
it right
and
up.
you can jack it straight up. So I look really big in the van until I have to like get out the thing. But yeah, maybe I'll do it in the van.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take everyone's
definitely.
luggage.
Oh,
that'd
yeah,
be
we
a
could
good
do it in our
idea.
own vehicles.
Yeah, there you go.
So we all pick a vehicle, go across the Eurostar to Europe and drive through Europe
I think,
down
mate,
to
you're
Italy.
taking this way too seriously.
We're going
We're
bigger
always
now,
picking
boys. We're
vehicles
taking
and
this a
stuff.
full trip.
So, what are we going to set ourselves a budget?
Yeah, I think
Ooh.
okay. And we could
Ooh.
we could do like the Nurburg as well and all sorts of craziness because there is
I'd like to
a
do that.
Yeah.
there's an
Yeah, we
option.
should
A
go
lot of
there.
crazy.
people die on the Nurburgring. Do
Yeah,
they?
you know, that's a stupid
and it's not,
idea. I'm out
not
of that.
necessarily you driving; it's somebody else, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
So-
valid point. I'm going to be in my van or something.
If they did the Nurburgring and just the three of us on there, I'd be fine with that. As long as Brad's nowhere fucking near me.
I'm
See,
a bit
try
of a
and
psycho.
run me off the
You
fucking
get
road.
fined
Yeah, I'm a
for
bit
like going on the
psycho.
grass and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
There's
you
like
gotta be
there's like a
careful.
whole
Is there?
thing. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a dangerous
no,
race.
really?
It's just a dangerous thing. I'd love to do it. I'd love to say I've done the Nurburgring.
Yeah.
All right, so then there's a trip on this. So I think we put a bit more thought to this.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to leave it on this.
We'll
now.
update the idea of our trip away
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the podcast as we go through.
Yeah, yeah. I think we'll end today's podcast on that.
I like that.
On our trip.
I don't know.
That's
Well,
our
I
plan.
think what we're going to end the podcast on today is like it's a new year,
Yeah,
2024.
New Year,
Fresh
bring the
start.
New Year's.
Here we fucking go again.
Another year.
What dramas are
Yeah.
unfolding?
So, yeah,
What's
so
gonna happen
we
this
start
year
off, It's
now?
like everything.
Fucking
Right,
hell.
it's going to be a good year this year. Blah blah blah. By day 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's already
Mid-January.
fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like,
Mid-January, I'm
just
giving it.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
done.
so
I'm done with
giving it
2024.
mid-January.
I'm scrapping any ideas or plans. I think I'm 52 years old and made the fucking enough decisions over the years to realise a new year don't make no difference.
No.
Oh, that's
It
quite
sends the
good.
blanket, if anything. It's just the way of the government right now. They haven't brought out any up-to-date information about December.
Got
They
you.
don't. They don't bring it out for like a couple more months. And you think they hide that sort of information right
I
now,
think- I
won't
th- I
they? They
think
don't
that
keep
was-
you up to date.
I think that's quite a good finisher. You know, he's 52 years old. He's seen a lot of New Years, a lot more New Years than me and you have seen,
Definitely.
and that's quite good. So obviously, advice taken there is
Definitely.
don't plan for the new year. Just
It's just another month.
wait and see what comes.
Unfortunately, yeah, you just
It's
got to
just
see what
another
comes.
month.
It's
Right.
just one of those, isn't it? It's you know, I like the New Year. It's always an excuse to go, right, that's it, this year we're going to do this, 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 and this. You guarantee it all goes out the window. Don't you? Someone phones up and you go, oh, like, fuck's sake, right, that's changed already.